Checking in. Hi guys, we are back with another episode of the Tiye Noelle Show. We are actually on episode 6. Last week we said 6, but that was 5. But now we're actually on 6. We have a lot to talk about this episode. We have a disgruntled old grandpa. We have an NFL celebrity wanting some throat, not from his wife. And we also have the whole of Caribbean ready to come for Rihanna's honor. So it's a lot going on. So let's get on to hot topics. Oh, so here we are with this grandpa right here. At this point, although he did give us Beyonce and Destiny's Child, he also is an embarrassment to the Knowles family, because why would he do this? This is Matthew Knowles. He is the founder creator of Destiny's Child. He is Beyonce and Solange's dad. And he was on a podcast or interview with this interviewer called Candice, Candid with Candice. And he was promoting this concert tour for Destiny Child. It's not our Destiny Child, it's just people putting on some show as if they're doing the Destiny Child shows, like hits. Yeah, it's not Destiny Child doing a reunion tour. This is him putting on a tribute concert. And he is then doing press for this tribute concert. So he's now sat down this guy, and he's like, the interview is just like talking about how, amazing Destiny Child is and all this kind of stuff. And he brings up Miss Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother. Okay. And he was basically saying, like, teamwork, it's great, the things that you guys basically did to make them stars. And this man fixed his lip to say, so what work did she put in? What work did Miss Tina Knowles put into Destiny's Child? And obviously the interviewer was like, obviously taken aback, because who would say that about someone's mum, one, but also it's Miss Tina, and you would boldly say this in an interview. So he was like, like team effort, she did the styling and the makeup and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, yeah, styling, makeup. And then he was just like, did I say anything wrong? He gets up, Matthew Knowles gets up and ends the interview and storms off. So everyone's like, what the fuck? What is his problem? Now, obviously, the interview was going to put that out because that's TV gold. And now everyone's talking about the fact that you are obviously a hater, because why are you so pressed to end an interview because this person is giving some props to Miss Tina? He then comes out, Matthew Knowles, and says that the reason why he left was because the interview was an hour late and he was focusing on Tina Knowles and he wasn't focusing on what he was actually there for, which was this tribute show. Now, even if that was the case, which obviously the insider spoke to the guy and he refutes that, and that wasn't the case, he was on time and he was just giving it, Miss Tina a little bit of shine. I can't see why you would be married to someone for over, I think, like 18 years, have 2 children with her, grandkids, built this empire, and just because they decided that they wanted to give her a little bit of shine, you would get up and walk away from the interview. And then I thought about the disgrace that this man has put onto the family when it comes to having children outside, cheating on his wife,
stealing money
for many years. Then he had that baby with that random girl who's the baby, that son is younger than Blue Ivy but older than the twins. Do you know what I mean? And then apparently maybe have stolen money from allegedly stolen money from Beyonce before. And I think that he's jealous. That's truly what it is. I think that Miss Tina has the book out, matriarch. She's, doing sacred, is it called sacred? Sacred, with the hair drops and the serum with Beyonce. She's now just launched a pop-up about gumbo in Houston. And, she's
still fly.
And she looks good. She looks real good. She got married, then left that other man, Mr. Lawson, whatever his name was. And she's just living her best life and doesn't give a damn about you. And I think he doesn't like the fact that she is getting the credit for being involved and hands-on with them when he feels like he did all the work to make it, and he doesn't even want to share the shine. And I think this is really sad when you think about men not wanting to share shine or feeling jealous of their partner when this is something that they basically built together. There would be no Beyonce without either of them. No one is saying that you didn't do any of the work. We know you had her running in heels at 15. You are the reason why she is who she is. We get it. But you can't give shine to your ex-wife.
It reminds me of those men that get divorced and their wife, they wanted a stay-at-home wife, but in divorce they say she didn't do anything to help me get to where I am.
Right.
Like, so she doesn't deserve anything.
Right.
And I feel like at some point he probably started hating this woman and he just can't go back.
I think he thought that she would be unsuccessful and to the side and in the background when they separated. And because she's not, and she's now doing all of these different businesses and she's thriving and people hold her as this high regard, I think the book killed him. In the book, she speaks so highly of him. She says that this is a man who always defended her. She was raised where her mom never defended her. Like, no one ever defended her. She always used to get in trouble. They would always speak down on her because she was fair, and they said that she was dumb and all this stuff. And she said one thing about him is that he always supported her and he always defended her, and that's why she loved him. And she speaks so highly of him, even through the infidelity. That was when she felt safe with him, even when he was out here cheating. Weird. So for him to now do this, very, very strange. I feel like that was very strange. Anyway.
He must be struggling.
He must be struggling. He's probably having to pay child support for this new baby that he's out. He's going to go back to work. You know what I mean? Start from scratch. But yeah, so anyway, Miss Tina posted this video where basically it was talking around the accolades and how she was able to not only just shift, because the way he spoke down on it was like, yeah, all she did was do makeup and clothes. But actually, if we look at old girl groups, like let's just say Spice Girls, and how they all had their individual like identities, but they were so different. What Tina Knowles did was that she allowed every member of Destiny's Child to shine in their own individuality, but then they had this like cohesive pattern. That was the same fabric and outfit, but then in different ways that reflected the person's personality. And that has actually been the blueprint now for every single girl group moving forward. They have the same color, the same fabric, but then different designs so that everyone shines, right? So she didn't just do some hair and do some clothes. People weren't trying to dress them. People weren't trying to support them because they were Black, they were different figures and all that kind of stuff. And she created a lane for these girls and a style that then people started to replicate. So let's not talk down on Miss Tina.
And she made those by hand.
And she made them by hand. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? A skill that she learned from her mother, that she literally spoke about how making clothes for her family, like in her family, was like their offering to the world. And you, in her book, and you have the cheek to talk down on this woman as if she did now. She birthed them.
He's put in his financial investment as the be all and end all.
Yeah. And even when he stepped down from his role, because he was making a lot of money, she still had to run the salon and was taking care of the bills and stuff while he was then investing that money into Destiny's Child. So it wasn't as if she was just sitting there doing nothing. She paid bills, she worked too. Anyway, this is sad that you could be married to someone for so long, have amazing kids, have a beautiful legacy, and this is what he could do to talk down on you and your legacy. There's always going to be a weakest link, and I'm sorry, but most of the time it is the man. Next. Oh, this makes me sad, guys. This makes me sad because I used to be screaming free Britney, but now I'm silently whispering, go back, Britney, go back. I'm joking. No, I don't think she should be in a conservatorship at all, but Britney Spears was arrested for DUI last week, and they also found Adderall in her car when they pulled her over. So she was driving erratically in downtown, and they pulled her over and they found the drugs and she was arrested. Now she's obviously hysteric.
Isn't that prescription?
Well, it's
a focus drug. Pharmaceutical.
If it was prescribed, but we don't know if she got it the dark web. Like, no one knows. Like, but they've put, the thing about it is, when I read articles about Britney Spears though, I have to be critical with how they are writing about her, because they're like tragic star, found with Adderall, like condemning this girl. Even her own manager. Can I just read this from her own manager? He said, Cad Hansen, Hopefully, this could be the first step in a long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney Spears' life, suggesting it's time for family to intervene. When family intervened before, she was locked down in a dungeon and they were snatching her money from her, and her ungrateful sons were taking all that money and wouldn't even go visit their mum. Sorry, but the family intervention is questionable. And I don't know any manager that's meant to be out here for my best interest speaking to the press saying these things. This seems like a setup to me. This seems like a setup to me. She just sold her catalog for 200 and something million, whatever it was, which I still feel like is a bit low. Because Britney Spears. But she's got all this lump sum of money now all of a sudden. She goes to Mexico, great time, comes back, maybe overdue with the alcohol, I will admit. Okay, I'll admit it. All right. Then gets this DUI. Nobody was harmed. Just want to point out, nobody was harmed. Okay. And now they're here back in the media trying to make her seem like she cannot handle herself. And she's fired all her handlers and all her security and all these people so that they can get her back in the conservatorship. Why? So they can take that 250 mil. That's what I think. Is she a bit of a mess? Yes. But if she wants to spend all her day twirling around her big ass mansion, drinking alcohol to the day that she was, then let her be. She owned it. She deserves it. Sorry, she's been doing this since she was a child. Let her live her life.
But isn't the point that it's fine when she's in her little house doing whatever she's doing? She left her house and took her pills, and
other people are in danger.
Yeah. No, 100%. Now, this is the DUI bit. I'm not saying it's wrong. Apparently, she was in the jail. She was crying, and she feels really bad about it. Okay,
she refused to come out of her car.
Okay, because she's Britney Spears. Okay, no, I'm not even joking about this. DUIs are bad. You should not be drinking and driving, and we will talk about that in the next story as to how bad it is. However, I do actually think that this is her.
When someone sells their catalog, should we assume that they are having money issues?
I can assume that Britney Spears is having money issues. 100%. They have been leaking this wealth from this woman. What do you mean?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's tactical though. It's not always money issues. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, her money issues and our money issues. Two different money issues. Her money issues might be that she only has 100 million left. That's too much for her to bear. Do you know what I mean? So she's there saying, I need to I feel like the depth of the money is probably not significant as she's going to be destitute if she doesn't do this 100%. But at the same time, I feel like this is a setup. The ex-husband, Kevin Federline, even was like, I'm so sad. I hope she's doing well. I wish her well. It's the same one that tried to move to Hawaii so that he could still claim child support up until the child was like 21 or something crazy like that. These people are after her money. Yeah. This manager after her money. I don't believe it. I'm so sorry. Yes, she should go to rehab. Don't get me wrong. Yes, she should not be drinking and do you know what I mean? But do you know what I think she needs? She needs some black friends. Britney Spears needs some black friends from the South that can take her to church, give her some real good food.
No, mammy.
No, honestly. No, I think that's what she needs because I feel like the people around her are money hungry and they're gonna, and I know people are gonna be like, they're yes men and they're probably doing everything she wants and stuff like that. But I think she needs some real whole truths. I think she needs a real guardian, not a conservative chip, not a legal guardian, but just someone who actually has sense, an old auntie vibes. Because her mom, her dad, her kids, her ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends are all leeches of her. Prayers to Britney Spears. Stay free, Britney. Stay free, girl. If you want to fight for your rights, okay? And if that means if you want to fight for your rights, you got to be sober, girl. Okay? So stop drinking because that is the way they impede you. You think that they're giving it to you because you're, numbing the pain, but they are doing this on purpose to make you look crazy.
Also, sorry, how long are we gonna act like? Alright, obviously we're saying, it's her right to stay in the house, doing whatever it is, whatever it is that she's doing. But how long are we gonna act like that's normal?
She's not normal, guys. No one's acting like she's normal. She ain't normal. She is traumatized.
But that's what I mean. How long are we gonna just let her be traumatized? Because
In
I
the
guess
house.
this is the cause.
So
This
the-
is like the cause and effect,
for-
right? It's
for the
like,
rest
in
of
your
her life.
house, fine. Mm.
No, honestly, she's not normal. She's
Yeah.
not. She's been traumatized from when she was younger.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Even down to when they were all the paparazzi chasing her in the streets.
Justin.
All of this, huh?
Justin.
All of the stuff that she has dealt with, she is traumatized. Then they obviously had her in a conservative. Then they also had her on drugs. She was being drugged up and medicated. She probably has so many things with her that's wrong with her. You know, not putting everything on her, but look at her. This is a good picture, by the way, because I wasn't going to do Britney like that. But the one that they have her, and the one that, you know what's annoying as well is the paparazzi now have tried to act like they've changed. But for some reason, when it comes to her, I feel like they still have this disdain for her because some of the pictures that they've been running with this, terrible.
Yeah.
Everyone, her makeup is smudged. I don't like it.
It's a focus job, right? It's like what the
Yeah,
American kids
but
take
obviously,
to study through a night.
Yeah, I heard it's good. I kind of want to try.
Focus on drive.
But apparently,
so.
she but mixed with alcohol, obviously, is
It's like a high.
a different thing. But I don't know. I want Britney to do well. I want her to enjoy her life, and if enjoying her life means drinking her face in her house, twirling around, let her do that. And if it means that she spends all her money on unicorns and rainbows and Adderall, let her do that. Because I'm,
kids.
huh?
She's got kids.
What's that? Okay, and
Surely she should leave a legacy for them, not off.
the same kids that were talking down, the same kids that were talking down on her.
How many kids does she have?
3. I think she had like 3 boys.
And all of them are waste?
Well, you know, apparently after the child support ended, they started to spend time with her.
And Jamie Lynn ain't gonna carry the family.
Jamie Lynn's the devil too, because she wanted to do Destiny Stalking with her. She don't like her. Anyway, next, because I ain't got time to work. This is another case, and now I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite, child. But under the jail. Under the jail. This is so sad.
Yeah.
This is so sad. One, yes, people are gonna say 2 lives have lost, but at the same time, one is a grown-ass man, and the other one was a baby. This is a 20-year-old. So no, Ghetts, he's a UK rapper, but he's also an actor. If you do not know him, if you're not from the UK, you don't know him for his music. I'm sure you know him from Supercell on Netflix. Great actor. Great talent. Don't get me wrong. Great talent. But what happened was he left a restaurant
on his birthday, drinking what he said was 3 drinks of whiskey.
Hennessy. Was it Hennessy?
Yeah.
Okay. Hennessy. Hennessy was, no, it's not cognac. Hennessy. He left and drove home. On the drive home, he alleges that he felt that he was being chased. So he sped home.
Based on the fact that he was robbed in the past.
A decade ago. Vehicle. I want to point out that I'm not trying to be rude. Sorry. He was robbed a decade ago. But this is, in my opinion, this is just the defense. This ain't the truth. This is just the defense. And I'm going to play some clips of the way that he was driving. Erratic as fuck. He was going to hit someone, something. It was like it was inevitable. He was driving in and out of lanes. He was driving on the wrong side of the road. He was doing, what do you say? In Dorset. He was in them small roads.
He did brush someone else.
He did. He brushed a cyclist on the leg. You said the max he was doing was like 75 in a 30.
75.
Yeah. So crazy. So then he hits this young boy, this student, who was studying abroad. So he's not from the UK. I mean, it doesn't even make no difference whether he was born in the UK or not in the UK. He's a 20-year-old who was studying, walking home, and got hit by Ghetts. He hit him and took off. I don't even know if he was aware that he hit this.
Have you seen his windshield?
Well, this is the thing. I don't know, but how drunk were you? Do you know what I mean?
He wouldn't have been able to
drive. Well, yeah.
Through.
So this is
the part that impacted.
So this was the reports, and this, when you see this is what it is. The front window screen was impacted so much that it was shattered, that he wouldn't be able to really see visually without trying to get past. How they were able to identify him was that the wind mirror of his car was found on scene, and through the serial number they tracked his car. Okay, he hid the car in the back. I don't know if he thought he was gonna get away with it.
In the most surveilled city in the world,
right?
They could literally. Oh track him from,
I want to run the clips. You can see him going
Central to East.
Yeah,
not going in the direction of home apparently. And of the 6 calls he made, they were mostly to his fiance, who was not at the birthday dinner.
Okay, Kim got the tea, girl.
I told you, I was in them YouTube videos.
No, I know. No, but honestly, I'm like, so obviously he pled guilty because there was no other way that he could plead. Like, it's obvious, it's all aligned, it's all attached to him. Yeah. He's now been sentenced to 12 years. He's got a 17-year ban. Obviously, this driving ban. This little boy is gone forever. And I don't really know what to say. I think we do. Even in the previous conversation, Britney Spears, we play sometimes and downplay driving under the influence. But Ghetts has money. If you are that drunk, you can get an Uber, babe. You're not that far from home. There are so many ways around it that you did not have to be irresponsible enough to get into a car
and then blaze.
And do
you know what I mean? Like, I don't condone drinking and driving, but when people do, they tend to be extra vigilant, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His 4 drinks is bullshit.
Yeah, I know, but if you are that drunk, I would be crawling on the streets. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah,
I'd be going 20.
But if you was aware of how drunk you were, but I feel like there's a level of drunk that you get to where you actually feel like you're invincible. But also, where are his friends? And I think that was a conversation that I felt like was missing in this. Because
apparently there might have been someone else in the vehicle. Allegedly.
Oh, Kim, please. Yeah. But why? Okay, anyway, do you know what? Maybe there is, maybe there wasn't. But all I know is these are terrible friends. Because if you're coming from your birthday dinner, you are drunk. Why is no one making sure that you're safe going home? That was the part that didn't make sense to me. But if he was maybe with someone, then maybe they thought that he was safe with this person, so that's why he went with them. But it just didn't make sense that you are leaving under 4 drinks. If you had 4 drinks, you would not be driving like that. There's no way that you're driving like that.
And drug and weed.
And weed, yeah. But even anyway, yeah, say about me. But yeah, like, I just think that this is highly irresponsible. And I think it's been a big enough story, especially in the UK, that I think a lot of people are going to take heed. I hope a lot of my men, especially black men, see this and they're just like, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Not even just for your life, but for someone. He killed someone. Like, he actually killed someone and drove off.
I don't know that it's going to have the impact it should, because people just never assume that it's going to be them. They think like, I maybe have done this before, or I'd be careful, or I know myself, or I'm a better driver when I've had 1 or 2 trouble. Would it be to have that unconscious that you actually took someone's life and there's going to be consequences? But then after I saw the videos,
when I saw the videos of how he was driving through the street, I was like, nah, sorry.
Yeah. Like, you're ripping from central truth to ends,
and you're also driving on the other side of the road. That was the bit that was me. I was just like, I'm so sorry. Something was gonna happen. There was no way about it. And I think that there's been 2 incidents. Remember when Cadet died? And he was in an Uber and he got hit by a drunk driver. And I was like, everyone was like, okay, that's gonna be different. Like, people are gonna see that, like, you can really affect someone's life. For some reason, people care more about celebrities' lives than everyday people, right? And I thought that would maybe change the mindset of some people. And for a few people that I know, it did. Yeah. In terms of being like, nah, drinking ain't it. Like, blah, blah, blah. You could be on the up and look what you can do. But then another story like this, I'm so sorry. People need to take heed.
I think it should. And I think the takeaway for this is that, like you mentioned, we should hold our friends accountable. Like, if you are going out for your birthday or something like that, or we're going out, at this age, we should all be, you know, like, we should be looking out for each other. To say, look, maybe let's not drive. Let's get Uber. We can park up, like whatever. Because this could have, this could have been avoided.
Honestly.
That's the really sad part. I do think that it will be something that kind of shakes up the community, because we've watched someone, he was on a trajectory, and to see someone that we've all grown up with, looked up to, like, you know, one of our like UK legends. Yeah, like he was on a strong
season 2
literally.
Supercell was.
This is what's the sad part is Ghetts is someone that everyone, I don't know anyone that does not hold him on a high regard. He is a decent man. Like no one speaks bad about him. He's quality in any art form that he presents himself in. He is a legend.
Yeah, he's one of our UK legends.
He is what he is. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So to see this fall from grace on something that I don't think was intentional, it was a stupid decision.
Yeah,
just shows you how we're not invincible. Where I think that people believe that you are, especially once you have this level of accolade. You think that you'll be able to get away with anything. You'll be able to, you know, get out of anything. I don't know.
That's the shake up. I think people will see that because it is such a big fall from grace, you know, like this has been plastered up there, and you know, the fact that they chose to do, you know, open court on this, like, this is big news, you know. So I think it should have the right effect. And even, you know, when this first happened, there was a lot of the, you know, 2 lives have been lost, and whilst that is true, I guess there's time and a place for things, or timing is everything. And you know, I think the response after seeing the video has been appropriate in the sense that people are now making this about the victim. And
you've been to Bang, like that. He's 20 years old. 20. He was studying, and
his family's not in the UK. Right, his family's still in Nepal.
Literally, and I think that even when we're talking about this now, we're talking about like how regards Ghetts and stuff like that. This man had a life. Ghetts has been around for a long time. He's been able to do something. We're talking about the trajectory, even what he's done in the past, enough. Do you know what I mean? This boy won't even be able to do any of that. He literally is just starting his life.
He was probably going to be the first for his family.
He is the first of his family. He is the first of his family to go to university and to be an international student. And you think that your family has saved this money to send you to school and you don't get to come home?
Yeah.
I mean, in the sense that people don't have a connection to Ubin, unfortunately. So they're not gonna they're not gonna speak about him. But yes, people are gonna speak about it from the connection. Ghetts. But what I was seeing, or what we were seeing a lot at first, was the whole 2 lives lost narrative and a lot of sympathy for Ghetts. And I think there's a time and a place for things, and not everything needs to be said out loud. And I think that's what I've seen, like, has gone now that the videos are out. It's no longer about 2 lives have been lost, whatever. People are calling out the fact
people are cross.
This was
it was 100%. I think literally similar to what Kim said. I think we all had sympathy until we saw the video, and I think once we saw the video, we were just like, absolutely not. This is tragic, but this was a choice you made, and a silly choice you made, but also an active choice you made, because you weren't even like trying to be. It didn't look like you were trying to be cautious at all.
Okay, but even more than that, you made a bad decision. You hit someone. You didn't even stop. That's where.
So this is the part.
Made a really bad decision. Like, you didn't stop. You didn't slow down. You didn't call the police or the authorities. You didn't do anything. You just thought about yourself. That's where maybe someone else would have given him leniency, like the judge, based on your actions after, and all the actions are in your own self-interest.
But that was always out there as well, though. Like the whole, like, when the whole sympathy thing was, I don't want to talk too much about this, but like, even when the whole sympathy thing was out there, it was always known that, like, you didn't stop. Like, you know, you didn't, because you don't know if he was hit badly, yes, but we don't know if he was.
He died 2 days after.
I can understand making a really bad split-second decision based on fear and being in a situation you've never been in before.
Facts,
But then it's still what you do after that. Like, you get home, call the authorities. Do you know what I mean? You can make a bad decision had he been like not blazing like that, it's all the three things: the way you was driving, the fact that you didn't stop, and then what you did after. It's all bad.
Yeah.
There's no saving grace.
Mm.
It's sad.
Yeah, very. Yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P. to you been to Bang. Yeah. And then we move on to stuff like this, and I'm just like so trivial. And
So
also at this
trivial.
point, like I swear to you, we have been talking about 50 Cent for 50 days, 50 nights. Like I'm sick about talking about this man. I'm sick of 50 Cent. Do you know what? I'm even sick of all T.I.'s 5011 children. Like I'm sick of all of them. Like let it go, let it go.
This is their moment.
I mean, yeah, because not even the money drops another diss track. King drops King drops another diss track. Like it's too much now. Like look, Lord knows I want all of them to retire, go into the retirement unit, sit your old asses down. Shut up. So anyway, last week 50 Cent actually did say, because we were saying that he's never going to respond in our back and forth. We were saying he's never going to respond in music. Like he's done out here. He's not going to do it. Blah 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 blah. But then he put out a tweet basically saying,
"You guys said this."
Okay, yeah, we said it. I said it.
I said it. And I still think this isn't necessarily.
It's not.
It's not. It's not a response.
This is a one bar. It's not even nothing significant.
But the way you described it is worse than any diss track.
No.
I'll explain.
But, so this is the thing. I was gonna say that he basically, he came on and said that when the Diddy doc came out, he went quiet, right? So then he's like, I'm gonna come and do now. He wants to produce a surviving T.I. and Tiny. So he's here saying that apparently he's gonna now do a documentary on T.I. and Tiny. Allegedly, well, not allegedly, because this was a few years ago. There were some conspiracies and some court cases around T.I. and Tiny about whether or not they had dungeons with drugging women, having them involved in threesomes and all this stuff. One of them was Tiny's ex-friend, who then came out and said that they owe her money. They went to court, it was dismissed, all of this stuff. That is true.
Was Candy involved in this?
Candy was not involved. That was just because she did the dungeon on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
But they were actually, for real, having a dungeon. Okay. So he is now saying that he's going to put out this surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. And then
I'd watch.
Huh?
I'd watch.
I would 100% watch it. We're nosy. We have to report for the people. Like, let's be real. So he was announcing the new Power theme song with Leon Thomas. And he raps in it. You know, every Power song is a 50 Cent song. They're always really good, let's be real. Do you remember when he had the one with Joe and then tried to change it to the one with Trey Songz and everyone said, nah, absolutely not. So he makes good theme songs, don't get me wrong. But in this theme song, he has a line where he says, I'm back on my dope boy grammar. Your dad made your mama eat every box in Atlanta. Freaky-ish, peep-ish, keep-ish on the low, but everybody knows. So every single week where the new episodes of Power comes out, the new season, we're apparently going to hear your daddy makes your mama eat every box in Atlanta, freaky-ish, peep shit, keep that shit on the low, but everybody knows. And then it goes into a beautiful melody by Leon. Sounds phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. So this is his response. Do I think it beats do I think it beats and wins the war? No. But at the same time, I know you can think that this is like the ultimate.
I feel like
you have to wait till it airs. I feel like you have to see the impact.
No, I know, but the thing about it is I understand the impact because this is a play. This is smart. It makes sense. This is going to be played every single week. You're going to hear the line every single week. But at the same time, it's still a line and it's still something that is consensual and everybody knows that they've been doing it.
To you, but like to even people that maybe didn't know that about T.I. and that being his lifestyle, I didn't know that, to be honest. So it's like...
Didn't hear the rumors?
This is to hear this on an episode every week. I do think is number one, it's perfect. Like it's is very much in the wheelhouse of 50 and his pettiness.
Mhm.
But I also feel like I do kind of feel like it beats it out in a sense because
It's innovative.
Ti's, and Ti's.
It's not
Ti's
okay, can I just say it is not innovative?
It is.
No, it's not.
Who has ever done that?
Okay, it is in terms of it's a theme tune, and that's not ever been done.
Yeah.
But I just want everyone to know that like 50 Cent is definitely a creative man. Don't get me wrong, but he is the godfather. I feel like of taking someone's blueprint and remixing it and then selling it back to people, and then everyone would be like, oh my god, this is something new. This is the Drake diss blueprint. You don't just make a diss track, you make a song, you make something that's going to play in the clubs over and over again so that it's more of an impactful diss. That's what Drake did with Meek Mill. That's how disses now have gone from around, I think, Drake. That's basically how it started.
But those have to be genuinely good. This doesn't have to be good, and it's still going to get played every week.
Because he controls it, because he owns it.
And
no,
that's
100%,
why
I get it. It's okay, I fair. I take it and I get it.
You don't even have to like it, but I respect.
Yeah, you have
the
to respect
strategy.
it. Yeah.
No, I respect the strategy, and I think it's gonna bang. Don't get me wrong, because it's a good song.
Because nobody's playing like, okay, Ti's diss songs have, okay, cool. You listen to it when it's dropped. It's not like us. It's not what's the Drake and Meek Mill one? Back to back. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
those.
the it's not. It's
those,
the diss
right?
songs.
Yeah, so they've come, they've gone. I couldn't even
His
tell you what the
moment's
title.
gone.
Yeah, what the title was. Every single week now, and even more than every single week, because now we have streaming, so this stuff will just live forever.
Yeah.
Anytime you click on this new episode, this new season of Power, you are gonna hear your dad made your mum eat every box in Atlanta.
Yeah.
True, or like, do you know what I mean? Whether it was out there or not, it's just that's out there.
No,
that's embarrassing.
This is okay. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I agree. I feel like this is a good checkmate for someone who wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? But in the grand scheme of things, I still don't think that like it makes him look like he's won the war.
Well, where do we go from here? Because
are you going to
make another diss track?
No, please. At this point, I don't know. They have, and they need to sit down.
Right. Facts.
Because now it's not looking too great for them.
Yeah.
They're doing too much. Right.
You're not going to beat this.
You're not going to beat it.
You can't match it either. You're not going to make a TV series and then have it. He's bested them. I feel like he's bested them. You can make another diss track. Your mom is this, your dad that, whatever, blah, blah. You're a deadbeat. Yeah. But every week, people are going to hear this. And even if it, like Kim said, it doesn't need to be good, even just the fact that you're mentioned and you're not mentioned in a good light on a track that people are going to hear every week, yeah, it's done.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a checkmate kind of situation. I just don't.
You just don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even I don't like it.
I like the move.
I like the move. I think this is the best move that he could have made, because this is a very 50 move. This is the best move he could have made, because if he actually did a full track, it wasn't gonna bang. Do you know what I mean? So I get it, and it's enough that it's, you know, alluding and it's tasteful enough that it can pass on a TV program. And this is very much a trump for 50. Don't get me wrong, but I still just think in general the overarching part of the beef in its entirety of you started it, they came as a family, ended it, still a family, and you're here basically being petty still.
Yeah.
And bringing up things that like, or you might think is embarrassing, but actually is not that embarrassing if you know that this is their swinging lifestyle. Like they're used to this kind of stuff. It's not maybe as embarrassing. Maybe it's embarrassing to you guys if you didn't know it, but we already knew that this is what they were on. So I don't see it as embarrassing. But at the same time, you can't lose to someone who doesn't have anything to lose. He's going to keep going. It doesn't matter.
And he's always going to win the war of pettiness. So.
And plus, I guess he's technically in the wrong because he started this, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it's not the closure that people would want, because it's like, you did this, you don't deserve to win kind of thing. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you think this is a win. I don't think this is a win overall. But I do.
You said there's nowhere to go from this.
No, because we should have been done last week. Like I'm saying, about it.
But it can always
about
be
it.
topped.
Yeah.
And this is why we are here this week.
Okay, well,
Because
anyway.
there's no top.
Shout out to 50 Cent. I'm ready to see the new Power Please. Next.
Going back.
Anyway, over it. Next. Okay, so this can roll your eyes, honey, because you're like, who are these people?
Same.
You know what? Oh well, yes. Sorry, this is the Bravo universe. This is Wendy and Eddie Astolfo. They are from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, she is a professor at George Hopkins, and he is an attorney at law, and they have been arrested and charged for insurance fraud, which is kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie. Imagine you're making all this money as a lawyer, as a professor, on a TV show. She literally, Wendy, when she joined Real Housewives, was like, I got 4 degrees. This is black excellence. All this stuff, right?
It's also a lot of debt.
This feels familiar.
Yes. It's giving another person that we know that was in it.
Maybe we could sell this to 50 Cent.
You know what?
Line and scamming. What makes this even better? Okay, so they went on vacation to Jamaica. Then when they came back, they basically said that their house got ransacked and robbed while they were away. They filed a police report. They reached out to 2 insurance companies and were claiming back all of these things that they lost, all her jewels, all her bags and her shoes and all this stuff, right? Come to find out that while filming the next season of Real Housewives, the investigators got suspicious because there was no proof of like a false entry. Basically, they're saying that how the person was able to climb through the balcony of their bedroom and was able to come in through an open door. Now, if you're going to Jamaica on vacation, are you not going to make sure that your house is all locked up and secure? You're just going to leave the bedroom door open and someone just can happen to climb into your nice neighborhood, snatch some bags and some shoes, and then leave without a trace? Questionable. So they thought it was fishy. Then they started searching her social media and then looking at new episodes of Real Housewives, and they were like, wait a minute, that's the bag that she claimed that was stolen. Oh, that's the ring that she claimed that was taken. Oh, hold on a second. We've gone to LV and they said that you returned this bag that you said that you claimed was on for the insurance. So they've now put all these things together and they're like, no, we need to set this investigation. So then they got arrested. So once they got arrested, obviously now the prosecutors are doing their job, and they found an email where Eddie, Mr. Attorney at Law, Maxine Shaw, sent her an email, said, do you have other things that we can put on the list for claiming for the insurance? I want to make it up. What did he say? He said he wanted to make it to a certain amount. I'm trying to get to a total that is $423,000, which is our policy tax.
Stupid.
Idiot.
Can we get these detectives on the files? They're really doing the work.
Well, what's so crazy about that is, like, why would you have that in writing? So crazy. So anyway, they were arrested last year, October. And at first they were actually going to be tried together as a unit, but now they have been allowed to be tried separately. So the goodness.
Why is that?
So the reason why this is good, well, I don't really know as to why, but the reason why this is good for them is that if one is found guilty, the other one might not be found guilty, which means that, she could be at home with her kids. But if they are both found guilty, what could happen is they'll do their sentences separately. So one can stay home while the other one goes to jail, and then the other one comes back. And that's what Teresa Giudice did with her husband in Real Housewives of New Jersey. Oh, honey, there is a many housewives that are in prison for fraud. Teresa went. She's from New Jersey. Jen from Salt Lake City. I think she just got released, or she's still in jail for fraud. And she was frauding elderly, so she should. Do you know what I mean? This is a victimless crime. I believe they should be allowed to come back. This is a victimless crime. I'm sorry. I don't want to wait. Claim it on your insurance, baby. Fine. Apparently, they are in so much debt. They have 667 credit cards.
That's insane.
Allegedly, Ashley Darby said. So they are apparently swarming in debt, which is why they did this. They're going to be trialed separately. And apparently, people are thinking that this is Wendy's defense. This is the defense of their team, that they're working together to basically, they're going to pin it all on Eddie.
On him, yeah.
And he's going to be the one that goes to jail because he's the one on the paper trail saying, do you have any more things to add it? There's no reply from her end. So there's no evidence that she was aware of it, involved in it. And because she was the one found returning these things and wearing these things, she can also pledge that she was like unaware that he was doing these things. So that's what people believe that their legal defense is going to be. And he's going to be the one that's going to take the fall for all of this. As I believe a man should. Okay? Wow. If one must be a protector. I don't know if it was his idea, and if it was his idea, he's an idiot. But if it was his idea as the attorney, but she's more likely to keep
Is she the professor?
He's the professor, but he's the attorney. He's the one that knows the law.
What if it wasn't his idea?
It probably wasn't his idea, guys. But he has to be the one as the head of the household to take the fall for it. At the end of the day, he also has a cannabis line that can run without him. So, he can go to jail. She also will go back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that's a big check, of Potomac, and that's a big check. So when it comes to be able to financially secure the family for the future, it makes sense that she's out and you're in.
Well, clearly not a big enough check if they did this.
Well, yeah, that's true. And what's so sad is this last season of Real Housewives of Potomac, they were redoing their kitchen. They were redoing all this stuff. And do you know how shady the producers are? Every time she's like, yeah, we're going to do this, like, cha-ching, price tag. Cha-ching, price tag. Writing up the rack on the screen for us to know that they got no money and they're spending $250,000 on house renovation. And they only did that because the fraud.
You know what's funny about the Housewives world is that usually when people get sentenced for something or charged with something, that usually like they get dropped from the shows, from the thing. Housewives are like, come back on.
No, 100%, because they want to follow the story because it's entertainment and it's TV. And I think that with Teresa and Joe Giudice in New Jersey, they're the ones that set the precedent for that. They documented them going to prison and stuff. So, and people enjoyed it. He then got deported to Italy. He ended up getting deported to Italy. He doesn't even live in the States anymore. That's how big the story was. It was amazing TV. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, it was such great TV. And since then,
it's actually someone's life too. It's not like the produced dinners.
No, that's the whole point. It's reality. It's supposed to be reality TV. It's supposed to be
but
real.
The rest isn't really reality. But the crime is, right?
Well, yeah, it was all a facade. Do you know what I mean? I think with stuff like people are doing DUIs, going to jail. Karen Huger, again from Potomac. Ooh, is Potomac the one with the most criminals on it now? I don't even know. Maybe. But yeah, so like Bravo ain't gonna fire anyone. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, shout out to Wendy. I genuinely think that Eddie is an upstanding man. He loves his wife. And I know for a fact that he's gonna do what he needs to do, which is protect his family. And if that means that he gotta do a bid, he would do a bid. Ken, why are you shaking your head?
I'm just shaking my head.
Ken, would you not do that?
Not if it was her idea. What the hell?
What do you mean?
That's crazy.
If it was her idea, but you went along with it, are you not going to do it?
Didn't you guys see me do this?
Yeah.
Listen, it's a real man, Savannah. Okay, next. Oh, Bayesians, Caribbean people. Let us book our tickets to LA and stand guard for my gal, because what is going on up in here? Ivana, what's her name? Ivan, a Florida woman, and we should have known because she's from Florida. Psycho. Was caught and arrested for shooting Rihanna's house while Rihanna was in the home. Kids, not so sure. We're not actually sure if they were there, but Rihanna was home. This woman pulled up in a Tesla, also from Florida, so she flew in, psycho, and shot 10 rounds with an AR-15 style gun, and shot into this lady's house. What a weirdo. She then was arrested with shells in the car. Nobody was like, what's going on? Like, why would anyone want to shoot at Rihanna's house? Was this targeted? And then we found out, yes, it is targeted because this woman has been on social media talking shit about Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, and Cardi B for a very long time. This was on the 23rd of February. So not too long ago. She said, are you there, Rihanna? Because I'm waiting for you with your aides. 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you're talking to me where I'm not at. She believes that she knows Rihanna and Rihanna is after her. She's crazy.
This happened yesterday.
She's a nutter. The fact that she is believing that she is in some battle with Rihanna, battle with Cardi B, they're jealous of her. There's a video of her in the mirror while also recording, very weirdly, I'm going to post it too because she's crazy, saying, Cardi B, you think you're better, I'm better than you, Very strange girl, pretty girl too.
At 35, you should have more going on in your life.
Yeah.
At that age.
To be parasocial like this,
Yes.
Crazy. I think there's obviously something mentally wrong with her, but to get on a plane, get in a Tesla, get a gun, and shoot at this lady's house when you do not know her, but you are talking on social media as if she knows you and you're attacking her. Crazy.
She believes they're her peers.
Maybe social media has brought the celebrity world and the civilian world too close, which is why people, I mean, obviously people are always capable of doing this, but because the worlds have kind of merged together, celebrity seems so much more accessible. I did not know you could just run up on celebrities' house.
How did she even find her address? This is what's
they
so.
do those tours.
I think they need to stop doing that then. That is actually so scary that this person can just find someone's house and then now you're there outside at night.
They just assume, they'll have big gates and security, but like not everybody lives like that. Yeah. And this person has kids, young kids. Could have been outside playing.
Crazy.
All I know is down with her, under the jail. You don't bring no arms out to people's houses when they ain't even done nothing to you. They don't even know you. She's a weirdo. Okay. She's on a $10 million bond.
She'll go to a psych place, right?
Yeah, and she's probably gonna claim insanity and not be fit for trial.
Remember I said I think she needs help, but maybe she didn't have insurance, but now it will be on the state.
Oh.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. She's probably needed help for a while.
Yeah.
Also, again, where are the parents? Where are the family members? You're just here seeing your cousin or your sister talk about how Cardi B's her ops. And you just think that's normal. You just think that's normal? Nah. Weirdo. Anyway, next. Ooh! Oh, this story got me. Oh my God, this poor girl. And she's so cute. Anyway, so NFL player Tez Johnson. This is him. He is a wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this beautiful, sweet girl, Layla.
Names are so gay.
Layla is a part-time staff at the Seattle Seahawks. Tight end, wide end.
Yeah,
all the end.
Quarterback.
You know how that goes.
What are you doing?
Yeah, no, actually it's kind of giving Brokeback Mountain. But she came on TikTok and was talking about the 1-year anniversary for the day that she was engaged to this man, Tez. And what she basically said was on the day that she was proposed to, beautiful engagement, in the zoo, taking pictures, got the proposal of her dreams. This man then left her and texted his ex-girlfriend and said, need your throat.
That's so wild.
Like, he cheated apparently before the proposal and then followed up saying, when can I get in? This is a choice that you made to get down on your knee, sir. Can I just point out, this is a choice that he made to get down on his knee and propose to this girl. She was living her life. yes, whether they're in a relationship, we want the next step. That's great. That's lovely. But no one told you to get on your knee and propose to this woman. And then the same day you propose to her, you message your ex-girlfriend saying, "Need your throat."
I feel like he seems like new to the NFL, right?
Yes, he is a rookie.
I feel like he now knows, like, this is my life, this is my world. I can have multiple women. I'm not expected to stay faithful. I have my trophy, the wifey that comes to the games,
100%.
and now I'm just about to go and do madness. And he just started as he means to go on, and probably what he's seeing happened, right? And you got what Stephon Diggs as the
blueprint that everyone's following. No, the thing about it is, I'm aware, and I'm sure she was aware. She basically was just like, this is insane.
She's probably, I need a ring. I'm not going to be one of the side girls.
From her TikTok, that's not what she made. That's not how she was surprised that she was getting engaged. The thing about it is, it's a love proposal. She loves this man. It's giving fairy tale. He's in his first year. She's working. She's also working in the NFL. In
How old are they? They look like 17.
They're like 20. They're very young. Did I write down their ages? I don't think I wrote down her age.
They're babies.
But they are babies. And I'm not saying that I expect him to not cheat on her and do all of these things that the young rookies do. Even the old rookies, the old guys are doing it. Look at them. Oh, never mind. Anyway, even the old guys out here cheat on their wives. So I'm not expecting him to not cheat on his wife. I just don't expect him to do it on the day that he proposed.
Yeah. Wow.
Have some decorum. Have some couth. This is the day that you're not supposed to propose to someone and then leave and go and have sex with someone else.
He has no respect.
He has no respect
for marriage,
for marriage at all, or for her at all.
They encourage athletes to settle down, like
100%
quickly, you know, because obviously, like, they don't want them out there.
Good.
Yeah, like, they don't want them out there doing a whole madness. It's just old white men.
I think it's not even that they don't want them to be out there doing madness. I think they know that they're going to do madness. I think everyone knows, even with old politicians, the representation of the optics, I should say, yes, of a family man being put together is still something that is seen in high regards for the NFL. A lot of the people that watch the NFL are these, Southern Christian people that believe in family and God and the country and the patriotic and all of this stuff. That's the kind of vibe that they're on. But they don't really, that's what they want you to represent. Whether you're out here with many, many girls on the side, I don't think they really care. I think they even probably encourage it by importing these girls for you to the games, to the parties, to that's why they all seem to be having sex with the same girls. The same girls show up to the same parties because they're just recycling them because they're the safe hoes.
Yeah, it's controlled madness, right? Because yes, there's the optics, but also it's like you can't be, obviously most athletes, you can't be an ill-disciplined athlete. But if you, especially because these people are getting loads of money, all of that stuff, like if you are not someone who at least on the surface appears to be in a settled down position, like, you could obviously be out here just doing a madness.
Yeah.
But I think the problem with that is that a lot of them are forced to do this when they are not necessarily ready to settle down.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's Florida. It's making sense.
No, yeah. Okay, yeah. I know. The thing about it is, I don't want to take the power and the onus off him, though. No one's forced you to do anything. You planned this engagement. You got down on one knee, and then you text your ex-girlfriend asking for her throat. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to propose. You didn't have to text her. And if you wanted to text her that, you could have done it the next day, like literally the next day or something. I'm not saying it would. I even think it would be better.
The need was imminent. Like after
then get throat from the girl that you just proposed to. And this is also a problem that I have. A lot of men marry women that they think are good for them, but not the women that they actually like.
I ain't gonna lie, looking at this picture, that's what this looks like.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know who the ex was.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. I even looked it up. But I found something interesting. He's 5'10" and 165 pounds. That's not far off from me. He's the lightest player to take the field in NFL history.
What's that got to do with anything? You've got short man syndrome, do you believe? Like, what's that got to do with anything?
Well, they're usually taller and thicker.
Okay. But yeah, no, honestly, she was just saying she's sharing this story because she hopes that, you know what she even said? She was like, you cheat before and after you propose, the morning of and the night. That's just something I would never understand. I gave up trying to understand how someone could be so evil. This pure, sweet girl has now been tainted because you wanted to be a whore.
Why do you think she did a 5-minute TikTok on this? Like,
well, you know,
people know, and then she addressed it, or
no, she
like
came out. It was a story time that she came out. She'd get her 5 little minutes. You know, pay me for my pain. Pay me for my pain. I hear it. I hear it. Don't think that this is some loving, you know, great rookie that's doing his amazing guy. No, he's a horrible, evil man who I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and then did this heinous thing to me that has left me wounded, and it's taken me a year to be able to tell this story because I'm so depressed and sad.
I'm trying to see the X. I need to see the X.
But what does the X look like? What does that mean, Ken?
There's a reason he's asked. There's a reason he's gone to her for the request, and not to his new girl.
Her throat, not her
face.
Yeah, her throat, not her face. And also at the same time, so what? Do not propose. Anyways, we are done with hot topics. This has been messy.
You can't marry a throat, though.
Messy.
You can't marry a throat.
You should marry a throat.
That's the point. But you should marry a throat. If that's what you like, then that's where you should. Do you know what I mean? But maybe he got talked out of it. Maybe he wanted to, and they told him no.
All right, this is not no Charles and Camilla and Diana situation. Yeah, he is able to marry and be with who he wants to be with. He decided, like I said, to get down on his knee and propose to this lady. If he did not want to marry her and he wants to be a throat goat, he should stay with throat goat. Marry who you want to be with long term. Don't just marry these sweet girls because you think that they're going to be a good mum. Hoes could be good mums too.
It's a dilemma, man.
Just because she's got a good throat don't mean she a hoe.
Next.
What does that mean, Ken?
No, I ain't trying to get in trouble.
We out of here.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, we're taking a turn, child.
Oh God.
This story actually made me so. Can I just say, there's a lot of Florida going on.
This Miami.
This is a lot of Florida going on and a lot of nonsense. Anyway, so 3 suspects, 3 kids. Like, when I mean children, these are children. 12, 13, 15 are charged as adults for raping a 12-year-old girl. This is the story, okay? So this happened in June of last year, and they were arrested because they grabbed this young girl, took her into the community garden, threw her down on a couch in this community garden, put rocks in her mouth. 2 of them held her down, while 1 raped her. And they did apparently for like 20 to 30 minutes. The reason why they stopped was because then the young girl's mom and dad came out looking for her and was calling her name, and then they ran away. They obviously have been arrested. They're being tried as adults. And I'm sorry, but this is like heinous. Like this is very,
it's evil.
Evilly, like
it's very dark.
It's very dark, and it's even darker the fact that like these are babies. In my opinion, like, how do you know about sex? But at this point, these 12, 13-year-olds, we're talking about all the time about protecting our daughters, but also these little boys are very active, very young, and a lot of them are being shown terrible things, inappropriate things at very young ages, and getting them sexually active from very young. I'm meeting men and they're talking about their first time they had sex was like 9. Yeah. So this, for us, seems crazy that a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old and a 50-year-old would do something like this. But at this time, I feel like this is at this point, this is the times that we're at.
Apparently, what I read, 2 of them held the girl down.
Yeah.
And 1
raped her.
Was committing the act. And I just feel like, what is the conversation before that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's planned. It's whatever conversation is happening between these boys, that this agreement, it's so dark. And I kind of have to think, is it also like a lot of this red pill content? Because it's not just the obvious corn and stuff, but it's the mentality of some of this content that is like, things are yours to take. You deserve this.
100%.
You know, we are of service. It's They're just throwing their lives away over what sex that they could have eventually got without pressure.
And I just think at this point, what's crazy is they're too young to understand the gravity. Like, it's so crazy. They're too young to understand the gravity of what they did, which is why they did it. But at the same time, they're
old enough.
They're old enough to, I think, know better.
Yeah.
I think kids are maturing a lot earlier, so I think that they know what they did. But yeah, maybe we're saying the same thing. So they know what they did.
Yeah.
But how impactful it will be in terms of their later life, that is maybe what they don't understand.
Yeah, I think they thought that they would get away with it. I think they would have. I think that a lot of times we know how it is, where young girls are labeled as fast or whatever, and they thought that it was just going to be something that they did to her, and they would get away with it.
Because it's like you're old, you're young enough, you're old enough to know about sex, but you're not old enough to know about respecting a woman. Like, those things aren't equally taught. And I just think about the landscape. Like, kids know about these files and stuff coming out, and they see these people that are out here committing sexual assault walking free.
Yeah.
It's a terrible example that this is not a serious crime.
And I think, let's be real, in the Black community, I'm not going to lie, I feel like we don't take some of these things seriously. And I think we don't like to call the police on our Black boys.
Yeah.
When I think we don't hold them accountable.
Don't want to put them in the system.
We don't want to hold them accountable enough. Through this whole court case, 2 of the parents are basically saying this is a lie. One of the dads, and he was outside the courtroom saying that he basically tries to use the Black card. He's like, these are young Black men, and you're taking their lives, and these allegations are bogus. That's what he said. So what I don't seem to understand is they did this to a young Black woman.
Yes.
To a young Black girl.
Whose life has forever been changed.
A young Black girl.
Life has potentially been destroyed, changed, or just the trajectory. She was going this way and this. Now she's going somewhere else.
Right.
Who knows where she'll end up?
So to say that he lied, he's like, his son was caught up with the wrong people. So are you saying that it's a lie, or are you saying that your son got caught up? So this is the contradiction part of the statement. That's the bit that I don't get. Also, why would she be lying? Who lies about putting rocks in her mouth? She did the kit. She has been raped. So how is this a lie?
And to be clear, I think maybe I just think that there are some people that are maybe just born evil. I don't know that this is something that you could chalk up to.
You don't think socialized?
I don't know.
I think it's socialized. I think it's socialized behavior.
There's an element of socialized behavior, but I feel like, okay, the access that men are taught that we have to women's bodies is one thing, but putting rocks in someone's mouth, that's where I think you go off into a world of you're evil, because that's just that.
And
that's different.
Psychopaths scientifically lack
empathy,
and that's like a genetic thing, right? So I do believe some people.
Yeah, rocks in a mouth is.
Well, I would like to point out that actually Mervyn here also has been arrested and charged for false imprisonment, which is basically what his son has been charged for. Basically, you've confined someone, kidnapped someone, held someone against their will before. So this could be learned behavior. Doing things this young makes me feel like something in your household, you are being raised to believe that this is okay. And obviously, with a dad like this,
who probably might have done it to the mom.
Exactly. To put rocks in her mouth, he's probably seen you put something in her mouth to keep her quiet. So this to me feels like learned behavior.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned about where our kids, you know what? I'm concerned about the state of the world in general. I'm seeing way too many things about pedophilia, grown adults doing things to kids. I'm seeing too many things about these kids now doing all these heinous crimes, because I don't know if it's because we have access to the internet and we're seeing all of these things, or if this is just what it's always been and now it's just that we're reporting it more. But it's actually scary. It's very scary that you have 12, 13, 15-year-old kids raping children, like raping each other. Should they go to jail? Abso-freaking-lutely. Should they be tried as adults? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm so sorry. Because again, similar to what we said before, it's one thing to do an act that you might be like, again, you can't really compare, but it's one thing to do something like rape someone or be involved and complicit into it by holding someone down. But then the level, like what you're saying, Ken, about putting things in her mouth to stop her from screaming, pulling her into this garden, like it seems like you're waiting for her to leave her friend's house. It was planned. This is when it gets beyond just maybe they were drunk and they did so, like this is a planned thing. There was 3 of you. You each had roles. You knew exactly what your role was to play, and you were actively involved in it by choice.
It was supposed to be closed that day, so definitely was planned. Like a workman had gone in to do something and left it open.
Yeah,
so it's like they saw that
and used it as an opportunity.
And maybe you are right in terms of it being learnt behavior, because if the parents' response to this is to defend them, that implies that you're not seeing this for what it is.
Yeah.
And you do adult crime, do adult time. Man.
Right. And I'm so sorry. Like, I get it. You're like, oh, the system trying to take down these young black kids. This is not that time. And I need us to stop not us, because it was never going to be me, but I literally need for black parents to stop using this as an excuse, because you are stopping your child from growing and building. Well, I don't know. I want to say morals and values, but just like growing as adults. You're making them lack accountability if you believe that you can throw this race card in, you can throw that they're young, and use that as an excuse for things as severe as rape. Especially when their victim is also young and is also black. So what difference does this make?
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
All right, so we're into the comment section. So we're going to look at something crazy. So Egypt Wright, she is the daughter of rappers Pepper from Salt and Pepper and Trench from Naughty by Nature, and she is hip hop royalty. For some reason, she decided now that she wants to be a boxer. She used to be on this show called Grown Up Hip Hop, and the whole time I used to watch her on that show, embarrassing. She's there with her husband Sam. He is a mess. He is a mess. And she's decided now that she wants to get into the ring. Everyone is trying to be Clarissa Shields, and Sam wants to be Papoose. He literally is using this as a money grab. This is her first ever match, and her opponent is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist champion. Make that make sense. Her trainer is Sam, her husband, who has never boxed to his side, and is not. It is not even a manager. Like, he's not her manager, but it's not even like a boxing coach or anything. That is who she trains with. Is she into fitness? Yes. Is she tough? Does she look like she could do well? 100%. But I think we need to remember that she is fighting someone who is a gold medalist. This was not supposed to be her first fight. It doesn't even make sense that this is her first fight. So obviously, people in the comments, she was hit with the same hook 3 times. Why wasn't she blocking? Because she doesn't have the skill. She hasn't got the skill. She is a beginner, and she has skipped from beginner to intermediate to advanced. She's there playing with someone who is Olympic gold medalist champion. Idiot girl. And you know who's the idiot? Her boyfriend, her husband. Sam set her up. Someone said, I know her parents are pissed at her husband, because literally you are here to embarrass us. I think, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he put a bet that she lost. I genuinely believe that.
I win either way.
Literally, I think he put a bet down that his wife got beaten up because he wanted that money. I think he's using this as a money grab. I think he's setting her up. He wanted the big name because it made sense that she's Olympic champion. It was a big name. She probably got a good paycheck from it. But this was embarrassing. This should have never been her first fight. She even called out Krishan Rock, actually, and said that she should be Krishan's first opponent. I actually think that would more likely be fair game. I don't know who would win about that, but they are both fighters. Street fighter Krishan and her, lightly trained, but it would never
sense.
it would have made more sense than an Olympic gold medalist. That's all I know. Then her daddy Trench came out and said, "To my darling daughter Egypt, when you marry a clout chasing clown that like this, that brainwashed you to take care of him and to have him train you and set you up, what did you expect? I love you. As far as him and the team around you, y'all put my daughter in harm's way. That shit's calm." Is that him saying karma with a C? Come back quick. You reap what you sow with the these rappers, child. Don't have my daddy here kind of to defend me, but then he can't spell. Embarrassing. Everyone's embarrassing in this. But yeah, I have to agree with the daddy. Like, he is a clout chaser. He was a clout chaser from when they were in grown up hip hop. He's a clout chaser now, and I truly believe he set her up. Anyway, he then responded, "Sam, do your homework. It's public. I'm not her manager. We never said you was her manager. You said that you were her trainer, and you from your mouth said that you were her trainer. Okay, and you're terrible at it." And then he said, "It's all my fault because she lost, but all your praise if she won." And that's what he was basically saying to the comment section and to Trench. I'm so sorry, but Egypt, please. I'm not trying to be rude. Even in the show, you was not the brightest bulb. Never was. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone said that this man was using you for a come up. Your mum, again, not the brightest bulb, was the only one that liked him. I'm gonna need you to leave him. If you're gonna continue doing this, get a real trainer and stay away from this man, because this is too embarrassing. You literally popped up like Martin after getting KO'd. Embarrassing, babe. You are hip hop royalty's daughter, and you're getting. And there's someone even said, "So you let this white lady come and smack you up like this at the end of Black History Month?" Well, it was March, but on the tail end of Black History Month, ridiculous.
Black History Month.
It was a terrible Black History Month.
They won.
They won.
They won.
Anyways, we're done here, guys. We're out of here. We'll be back next week. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe. Give me 5 stars on all of the podcasting platforms. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, you can do 5 stars.
I was thinking about YouTube.
On Spotify, and write a comment. Tell me what you think.
Get a poll going for if 50 Cent is gonna make it to episode 10.
If 50 Cent makes it to episode 10, what will I do? Should I streak? I don't know. Should I come in here with my bonnet? I don't know. Because at that point, I'll be so tired, we'll be doing it from my bed. If 50 Cent makes it to episode 10,
we gotta do something.
We gotta do something. At this point, he's paying the checks.
Listen, that's it.
See you guys next week.